Hi Book Dragons! I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a vlog up until Christmas Eve maybe, and I'm gonna try to change it that way. Hopefully I'm feeling better by then. I am really not feeling my best, to be very honest. I feel a little bit run down, I feel a little bit tired, and I honestly think I probably should have gone to work because maybe it would have had me like keep moving because I kind of just sat all day, and I think that kind of kicked me to the curb of feeling great. But I do have a spinner wheel. I'm going to see if I can get something that seems remotely good, but I don't know what I'm going to pick, so. Ooh, okay. I think this will be an easy. It says NetGalley 2026, which means this will not count for my reading, like my best books of the year, but I think I'm going to read The Whiskey Hour by Ellie Alexander. I will attach a photo. Book in the Meet Your Bake Shop series, and I wanted to get caught up anyway, so I think that's what I'm gonna read. It will be a mystery, and it's finally back in the town, which we haven't been for a couple books. I just read the other book earlier this week, and I think that that's perfect. So that is what I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna go get my Kindle, go download it, go read it. I'm gonna read about 25%, and then I'll give you guys an update. Bye. Hey Book Dragons, I'm back. I definitely feel a little bit worse, I'll be honest. I don't feel the best. But I am happy I'm at least have a little bit of time off. That is sort of the plan. So I did wind up getting up to 25% in The Whisking Hour by Ellie Alexander. I will eventually have touched a photo. I think I attached it in the previous clip. This is, you know, a very, very traditional story. I really do like it. It's fun. We're basically following the characters back in the small hometown, and they are getting ready to do a event about a drama or like a theater show in the town, and that's all I have so far. The murder seems pretty obvious, so I'm excited to see where that happens. It hasn't happened yet. I am going to Urgent Visit, and I do my iPad battery sort of sucks, so I think I'm gonna bring this with me to Urgent Visit and just kind of read this like in the background, just because it's a little bit easier for me to focus on. And this was a Comic-Con arc that I got, so yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Let my Kindle charge, and when I get up to 50% I will give you an update. Yeah, I am not surprised that I got sick. Everyone in the building has been sick. My teachers have all been sick, like in my little pod, so yeah, it's not a shock that we're all sick. So yeah, but I hope to just relax for the rest of the weekend, and hopefully I can go back to work on Monday. But I learned a valuable lesson to not push myself, because the more that I push myself, the more likely I am to get worse, and I do not want to get worse, so I really just want to get better. So, but I have to drink a lot of water, have to relax, so that is the plan. So I will talk to you guys when I have an update, when I'm 50% in, or when I have finished this, because this will be my book I'm just going to take with me. Yeah, alright, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi Book Dragons, I am back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up finding out that I do have the flu, which is a bit of a disappointment because I did get my flu shot, and honestly, I still feel horrible, so I don't know what that means. But I did wind up getting up to 50% in The Whisking Hour. It is very, very fun. I like these books. I'm actually glad I'm picking it up. So I did also get some book mail. I got a book from Pingo, Guide to Love by India Holton. This is a book I do have on audio, but I think I'm going to try to physically read these. I also did just grab a couple of books to kind of focus on this week. I definitely am not going to work on Monday, and I really would like to go to work on Tuesday, but it just depends on how I'm feeling. But that book is very, very fun. Basically, this book is set at a theater show, and one of the people involved in the show is killed, and that connects back to Lance, who is our amateur sleuth's best friend. And I'm a theater person, so anyone's books about the theater elements always make me a little bit happy. So yeah, I don't know what the rest of this vlog is gonna look like. Normally when I'm ill, I don't read heavy fantasy. I said I was gonna read a fantasy book when I was in the doctor, but I didn't. I just kind of like watch YouTube. So yeah, that is where we are. I do have a couple of books on my tentative TBR for this weekend, or like as long as I feel pretty horrible. So I would like to read The Amalfi Curse by Sarah Perner. This is a book that I would like to get around to. I have another book, A Soul of Shadows by Emma Noyes. This is one that I had for a while ago and I just never picked it up. I also have The Beautiful Manning by Shira Onshore, which is another short one. The Last Breath by Jeannie Meyer Saint, and another one is the Orthos's Field Guide to Love. And I have one more by Sarah, by Susan Dinner, which is The Executioner Tree, which is one that I have really wanted to read. So I don't know, maybe I'm just gonna spin the wheel and see if I can find a book that's connected to any of these. But I really would like to get around to these. So that is the plan. I'm not gonna overdo it. I'm just gonna try to rest. Because I don't feel the best. But yeah. I do have some other books over here that could get pulled. We will see. But I will talk to you guys when I have another update when I'm about 75% in and give you guys a time check. Bye, book friends. Hey, Book Dragons. I just want to give you another update. I've been getting up to 75% in the Whisking Hour. I am really liking this book. I will say they are a little bit predictable, but I do like the vibes of it. I do think we have an amateur sleuth and I enjoy being in her head. I think it sort of makes sense that not that these stories ever make sense, but it's makes sense that she's kind of involved. I do like the theater element of this one. I do like the small town vibes. I do like that all the characters seem to have a point in the story. I also did find another book to add to my potential list for this weekend. It is The Baby Dragon Bakery, which is another one that does have some paranormal or light fantasy elements. Mostly I have a big stack of books over here, which I'm gonna pull from this week. So yeah, that is my plan, but I am about 75% in. I would love to finish this book tonight. I passed out last night and slept so horribly. But I think because I am actually I actually don't have medicine, because you can't give the medicine when you have flu. There's nothing you could take, but my cold and flu medicine I think will help and I may be able to sleep tonight. So that is the plan. Alright, I'm gonna go read, I'm gonna go finish this book, we'll give a check-in, then we're gonna spin and we're gonna see what we are gonna read next. I don't know if audiobooks is gonna happen. If I do go back to work on Tuesday, still up in the air, I may grab an audiobook, but honestly I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 15 books that are later vibes that I may just toss into this video. So I have some options. I won't get to them all, and a lot of these are from the library, so I may return them as well. So yeah, that is where we are. I'm gonna go read, and I'll give you guys an update when I'm done with this book, and then we'll spin again. Bye. Hi, Book Dragons, I am back. I did wind up finishing up The Whisking Hour by Ellie Alexander, and I wound up giving that book 4 stars. I actually had a fun time with it. I won't say it's a new favorite, but in that series it's very, very fun, very, very digestible. And I do say that I do sorry, still have a little bit of the flu, and I probably will be able to be coughing until 2026. So yes, but I did like that. I don't have a book. It's 7:16 in the morning, so I'm going to roll, sorry, and then we're gonna pick a new book. And depending on the prompt, I may pick 2 books. I may pick a lighter book, and I may pick a fantasy book, just so if I do decide to switch it up. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. Annette Kelly 2026. Huh. Okay, you know what? Let me go look to see if I have anything. I just got that prompt, so let me roll again. I can go see if I have one, but let me go roll again, because I literally just got that prompt. Okay, a romance. So I could read a lot of these. I think what I might do is I might read this, The Baby Dragon Bakery, because it is a light fantasy story. So I think I might read this, but I want to go look on my Kindle to go see if there is a quick romance that I could read. But I think I'm gonna read this because I really do like the first book in the series. It gave me Dream Harbor vibes, but with magical elements. And this is one of my Forbidden Wing books, and that's the major reason I got this subscription, was because of this book. So I think I'm gonna start this. I think I'm gonna read about 100 pages of this, and then give you guys an update. But I did yeah, I think I'm gonna read the first 11 chapters of this, but I do want to look on my Kindle and see if there's another book that I could be reading tangentially. So that's what I think I'm gonna do, but I have to go find my little book thing. All right, I'll be back. I'm going to pop in here and maybe pull up a book that I have on NetGalley 2026 that I could start reading a little bit, but I think I'm going to go with this one. All right, I'll be back. Bye. Okay, so I think I'm going to start this one, The Baby Dragon Bakery by A.T. Kuroshi, and then I think if I don't like this, there is a historical murder mystery that I can pick up on my Kindle because I did get book 5 on NetGalley. So, but I can also get the audiobook of that, and I'm not going to listen to an audiobooks for a few days until I feel like I can focus on anything. So yeah, this is book 2 in the Baby Dragon book. The first one, I don't know what the book was called. The Baby Dragon Cafe. So I think I'm just going to start this and then read about 50 pages and give you guys an update. But I think it's like a best friends romance, which I love those. People tend to not like second chance romances, so I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read about 50 pages, and I'm gonna also, I got like halfway through season 1 of Stranger Things, and this book's only 340 pages, which means I probably can make some significant progress on it today. So yeah, that is my goal. So I'm happy that I'm making some progress on this because this was the major reason I got that subscription. And if I feel like I need like a break book, I may pick up the other one. So if the NetGalley 2026 comes up again, I may just read that book next on my Kindle. I may just go back and read it. So this is a romance that I don't have on my Kindle. That one does, but I would like to probably read both. So yeah, to see if I like it. All right, I'll talk to you guys when I have a bit of an update for you. Bye. Baby Dragons, I just wanted to do a quick update. I did wind up reading 50 pages in The Baby Dragon Bakery, and I'm really liking this book. I think that this book might be my favorite above the first book, just because I love books that have history. That is why I really do like second chance romances, because I feel like, or Friends to More, because I feel like the history is sort of embedded in the story. So basically you have these two characters. It kind of reminds me of when I read B.K. Borison's the last book, Business Casual. Like, they did have a history, they did have vibes, and that's kind of how this one is kind of thing. And both characters had a moment at a party for the characters of the first book, for the Baby Dragon Cafe, where they had a moment and there was almost a kiss that happened. But then you have both characters' point of views. They're kind of in their own heads thinking they don't want to ruin the friendship. Taylor Swift fans, I think this book might be for you. So yeah, I'm about 50 pages into this one. I want to read another 50 pages. And now our main character, our female character, Lavanna, may decide dating someone else is an option to get her over her feelings for her best friend. And she's kind of use her best friend to kind of help her figure out to date the other guy. So I am liking this. When I read the Dream Harbor series, I don't feel that connected to the characters. And when I physically read this book, I do. And I do like the fantastical elements. So yeah, I'm really liking this book. I'm going to read another 50 pages and then give you an update. I'm also midway through season 1 of Stranger Things. My goal is to re-watch through season 4 by Christmas Eve. So Christmas Day, I can re-watch the first 3 episodes so I can go into it, but I don't know if that's going to happen in this vlog. We will see. I did send in my notes to stay home from work on Monday for sure. And I'm just going to take Tuesday kind of by chance to see like how I'm feeling. I do feel a little bit better. I'm actually able to talk, which is good. So I may actually get to film a video or 2 tomorrow. We will see. But yeah, I'm going to go read another 50 pages of this and give you guys like a time check. But so far I am liking it. So that's actually pretty good. I've had 2 pretty good books. And also reading 2 sequels, which I have failed at this entire year. That always does happen sort of at the end of the year. I kind of go through my spreadsheets and kind of make some goals. So this is a sequel. Even though it's a companion book, I do count it on my spreadsheet. So yeah, I'm going to go read a bit more of this and then I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, book friends. Hey, Big Dragons. I just want to give you a quick update. I did wind up getting up to page 100 in The Baby Dragon Bakery. I am liking this book. I think it's very, very fun. I can predict where The Baby Dragon Bakery comes into play, so I'm not going to spoil that because I think it could be a spoiler. But I am liking this. I love second chance romances, or I love Friends to More romances, because I find that I struggle to feel connected to a story when like they meet on page 1 and they're in love by page 10. Like, I just find that very, very unrealistic. I love the world in this story. I do really like these 2 characters. And right now you have a main character. She has an arbitrary deadline in her head that she has to find the man that she wants to be with by the time that her mom met her dad. So that timetable is coming up like a little bit quicker, and she's a little bit nervous. And after she had kind of a thing, well, like a potential moment with her best friend, she put the kibosh, and now she's dating someone that she's working with, and that is where they are. And her friend, Theo, who was a part of that, is feeling very unfulfilled at his job, and he works at a bakery called the Rolling Pin in store, and like he's there, but he does not feel that connected to his job, and he's always felt more connected to Lavania's family because her family was nice and warm, and his family was a little bit not as warm, and he isn't that connected to them. Sorry, I keep coughing. So that is where I am right now, and she's kind of going on dates with someone else, and that is where we are. So I'm gonna go read another 50 pages of this. I'm also going to keep watching Stranger Things, which is my goal. So yeah, that's my plan. I am liking this though, and I listened to a little bit when I took the puppy out to go to the bathroom for my audiobook, but I'm definitely not in my audiobook era right now just because I'm having a little bit of time focusing. But I have a nice like big stack of books like over here to the side where I'm just gonna pull stuff when I do my thing. I also put some romantasy on here and some fantasy. But I'm just looking for some quick things to read when I'm not feeling well. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna go read a little bit more of this, and when I read about 50 more pages, I'll give you an update. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey Big Dragons, I just want to do a quick update. It is a little bit later. I think it's like almost 3. I did wind up getting up to page 150 in The Baby Dragon Bakery. I am liking this book quite a bit. One of the things that I predicted sort of did already happen, but it is very much I think I could see people getting frustrated with this story because there's a lot of self-imposed deadlines for these characters. Like, she has to be with her person because her mom did. That seems silly in my head as like a reader, but like it also gives the stories a little bit more stakes. And then you do have the romantic kind of entanglement in the story. You all have all the side characters. I just love the world, and I think that I'm so much more connected to this story because I feel like the characters are a little bit more unique, a little bit more distinct. They have elements. I like the magical town as well. I like that we get both characters' point of view. I also have started my purging for 2026, and I located a couple of more books. I just literally have books everywhere. But I'm not feeling my best, so I'm not going to do like a full purge. But here are books that like currently I want to try to maybe read before the end of the year that I just found. So I have 2 cozy mysteries, No Goals Allowed, and Goals Just Want to Have Fun. These are 2 that I did find. I also found Love at Second Sight by F.T. Lukens. This is one of my books on my ends of the year TBR. I am hesitant about this one because I didn't like his other book that I got. And then I have a couple of books that like just are arcs that I just, forgot I had. I have Murder Runs in the Family, which is a cozy from Poison Pen. And this is one that I would like to get to because I haven't read it, but I've heard it was good and it was like a small town one. And then I also got The White Octopus Hotel by Alexandra Bell. And this is just one that I never got from Penguin. I actually didn't hear anyone talk about this one. So that one is one I do want to get to. And then I just got another one, The Meadowbrook Murders. Again, I'm in kind of a thrillery mood. And then I have one of my other companion books that were on that series list I was looking at was Pirate's Life for Tea. And this is like a seafaring adventure. And then Realm of Thieves by Karina Halley, which I really did want to read. And then I heard some like mixed reports. So I sort of put it on hold. So I don't know what the rest of this week is going to bring, but I have like a ridiculous number of options. And I would like to eventually clean out my books and like kind of do a little bit of sorting, but that just takes a lot of effort and I'm not sure I can do that now, but I would like to do that. Maybe I'll do that on like Christmas Eve. I don't know, but I'm not ready to do that quite yet, but I have like options. So yeah, I'm like, I read 50 more pages of this. I watched to the end of season 1 of Stranger Things, which is probably the season I've seen the least. So I rewatched that. I really did like it. I love seeing the kids so little. There is a lot of ties to the last season, I think, so I'm really liking that. And I'm going to go watch season 2, which is probably the season I've seen the most, I think. No, yeah, I've probably seen season 2 and season 3 the most, because that's the biggest break between all the seasons, and I really do like season 2. So yeah, season 2 is like the season where I think you get the most individual character moments. And then as you kind of go on, there's a lot more groupings. So yeah, I am going to talk to you when I have another update. I don't know when, but yeah, so I will check in when I have read about 200 more, or 100 more pages, or 50 more pages. Hi there, friends. Hi, Big Dragons, I'm back. It's Monday. I definitely feel like a little bit better. The problem now is that I just don't feel like strong enough to do much of anything. So, I don't know. That is where we are at. But I did wind up watching a couple of episodes of Stranger Things Season 2 last night. And then I wound up getting up to chapter 21 in my book, 202 pages. And I am really liking this book. I will say that I probably like this more than book 1 in this series. Just because the second chance, best friends to more lover romance is always one of my favorites. And I do think that I could see why they don't want to ruin the friendship. I'm sorry, I'm such a Swiftie at the moment. I really do like that song. And I think that you could see like how the characters are trying to make things work that don't ruin the friendship. You could see that they're all trying to find ways to make their lives a little bit more like better, and they're kind of following plans. I do love the world. I think this world is so fleshed out and I really am enjoying it. We also did get a little bit of setup for book 3, the Baby Dragon bookstore. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. It's pretty early in the morning. I just got up, but I'm going to try to read another 50 pages and then I'm going to give you guys like another little check-in as well, but I am enjoying it. I'm going to see how I feel. I'm going to try to like do some more stuff today. I have like a little bit of a book project. I want to kind of go through some of my bookshelves and take some books off that I would like to like unhaul, but I know that if I do that, I'm going to get really, really tired throughout the day. So I don't know if that's a good idea, but that is a project I would like to do. I also want to do a bit of a book buying challenge, like with my book buying ban thing. But also, like, I'm on a book buying ban until I read the books that I buy in 2026, which is going to be it's not going to be hard because I'm not including, like, book boxes I get, because I get 4 book boxes a month. I get Fairy Loot, YA, and Adult, and then I get Owl Crate, YA and Adult, and I get Forbidden Wing. So I'm always going to get, like, 5 books a month. But what I want to try to get better at is, like, if I can predict. Sometimes you're wrong, like sometimes you can't predict, but if I have an e-arc trying to read it. So next month I know that there's 2 books that everyone's sending out. It's the same 2 books, so yeah. But I'm still not feeling my best. I still have a little bit of a cold, and unfortunately my job is the type of job where like I can't just sit at my desk and be fine. I have to like do things. So I don't know if I'm gonna make it to work tomorrow. If I had to say right now, I'd probably say not, and probably just, you know, do the smart thing and don't go to work because I don't want to get anyone sick. I probably feel a lot better than I did like originally, but it's just like unfortunate that it always happens during fun days at work. But that is where we are. So yeah, I'm gonna go read another 50 pages of this. I still don't really want to film anything, to be very honest. This is just easier, but I do maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow, if I'm home anyway, I might just film the videos that I was waiting to film. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna make this like probably like be the end. This is probably gonna be one of the last books that sort of counts. I don't know. We'll see, because I know that a lot of these are lighter books, so I may. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we'll figure it out. All right. All right. I will talk to you when I have an update. 50 more pages. Bye. Friends, I'm back. I did want to give you a bit of an update. I want to get up to 252 pages into my book. I am really liking this. This book is definitely going to be the favorite out of the 2 that I've read, just because I do like second chance romances. I do like friends to more. I just like these characters a little bit more. I think that they both are on self-discovery journeys. I like that we get both point of views, and I think that the story makes a bit more sense. And I do really think that if you like the song Ruin the Friendship, you should read this book. So I'm gonna probably read a little bit more, another little section, give you guys an update. I'm on episode season 2 of Stranger Things that I'm rewatching. I am organizing my books a little bit, seeing if I could get that organized so I can kind of decide what I want to sell and what I want to get rid of, just to do a bit of winter cleaning before we head into the new year. I'm probably not going to do a lot of it, but I do want to clean a couple of my shelves off and do all that. So that will be something that I'm going to work on at some point. I may do a little bit of that throughout the day just to kind of get myself up and moving. But yeah, that is the plan. I may actually do more of that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do tomorrow. But yeah, so I'm going to go back to reading this. We are at the final bit, the final little chunk. If I feel like I get to the last 50 pages and I don't have a lot to say, I'm probably just going to power through and finish it. But I am really, really liking this. I think it's a solid read, and I'm happy that I picked it up, and I'm happy I have these special editions. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, book friends. Hi, Big Dragons. I'm back. I did wind up finishing The Baby Dragon Bakery, and I actually wound up liking this book a lot. I give this book 5 stars. I think this is my favorite book out of this duology just because it was a second chance romance. It was a Friends to More romance. And I really did like the characters, and I really did like the vibes. I like the world. I think that this is a solid companion series where I feel like the characters are rich enough where like I almost like seeing them again. I like the town. I like the world buildings. I gave this book 5 stars. I like literally spent like a lot of today. I'm, you know, not doing a lot, but trying to like see if I could go back to work, and I don't think I can. I don't think I'm strong enough to go back to work. I think I'm just feeling a little bit tired, a little bit weak. And honestly, the job I have, like as a teacher, it's not a job that I can just sit and not do anything. Like that's not how my job works. Like I wish it was sometimes, because then I feel like I would miss less days of work. But it's not the type of job that I have. So yeah. That is where we are with that. I will not be able to go back to work tomorrow, unfortunately, but that's okay. But yeah, so that's where we are. So I did want to finishing this. This is another series that I caught up on, which is pretty good. And now I'm going to spin the wheel and see what is another prompt that I can get. Hi, Big Dragons. I'm actually going to wrap up this vlog that you just saw because I didn't wind up reading anything else for it, and I have enough footage. So this was me reading when I wasn't feeling my best, and I do say I always read differently when I'm not feeling well because my focus is a little bit off. So that is that vlog. I hope you guys liked it. I am feeling a lot better, and on to the next vlog. Bye, book friends.